Good morning, friends. It's Thursday and I'm feeling so much better. Thank goodness. If you have perfect skin, this is not the video for you. This is probably not even the page for you. Not that I'm trying to get people to come out of my page. I'm trying to get people to like and follow this page. But I need to be always 100% real with you. So if you're young or older and you have absolutely beautiful, perfect skin, skip this video. If you're like me, 56, I've got bags, I've got wrinkles, I've got tons of discoloration. And when I talk about discoloration, I'm not just talking about like my sunspots, my melasma, my red nose. I'm also talking about my under eyes. So the lighting is really bad today. I apologize. It's a bright and sunny day and I played around with this before I came live and it was either like blotchy or too bright or too dark. So this is the best I could do. So let me get in close. My area around my eyes is very green and yellow. I've got a lot of, it looks like brown here, but it's actually like a purplish color. My nose looks red, but it's actually purple. And then I've got all kinds of stuff going on. I mean, look at this. So I'm going to address all of it today. And I might get chatty, but it's really important to understand that with this makeup, I'm not trying to look like I'm 25. There's procedures and injections you can get to do that. I'm just trying to embrace what I have to work with, which is why I don't like to say that I'm covering anything up. I like to say that I'm neutralizing it because there are some things on my face that are pretty good. My brows are pretty good. I've got pretty good natural brows. I've got pretty good lashes. I have blue eyes. You know, I can play around with that. I have, well, not right now because I'm still carrying the COVID weight, but I have a pretty good shaped face, big head. So I can work with all of the things that I don't like about my skin on my face by enhancing the things that I do and neutralizing the things that I don't. So look, I'm never going to get rid of these bags unless I get injections or surgery, and I'm not doing that. So the makeup is great. It's a miracle in a compact. I mean, it sincerely is. But it can only do so much. And I'm here to show you today what it can do for you. Other than just going through and showing you how to apply the makeup and where it goes, I want to explain to you why it's important that we address these things. There's a company on Instagram. I take offense. Like, I'm like, ooh, every single time I see it because I feel like they're talking to me. This sounds very narcissistic, I know. And I don't mean it to be, but I do something that they address in their ad that works wonders. And the fact that they address it in their ad makes me question their ad. And I'll explain to you as I'm doing it. Before I start, if you're here, please, please hit the like button or the love. Make a comment, interact with me. If you're watching it on replay, do hashtag replay. I would love to know that you're here and that you're actually seeing what I'm putting out there, because that's my goal, is to help all of you. So, knowing that you're getting some kind of good information from what I'm spewing here makes me feel better. It sounds like it's all about me today, doesn't it? Okay. Get the hair away from my face. All right. The first thing, you know what? I was so unprepared. I did not even put what I need. did not even pull it, but it doesn't matter. I have it right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is address the under eye issue that I have going on. Here it is. And I'm going to do something. If you're new here, it's the wrong one. Hold please. It's not this one. No. Where is it? Ta-da. If you're new here and you've never seen me do this before, prepare for shock and awe. And I'm serious about that. Okay. This is Ruby. This is one of our lip and cheeks. I'm going to put this around my under eyes. I'm going to use one of our really light brushes to do it because I don't want a lot of it. It's going to look red. It's going to look like I got beat up. And as I'm doing this, I'll explain. It's all about the color wheel. When we were in grade school, we learned about primary and secondary colors, complementary colors. So that's basically what I'm doing with this red color. I am negating the green and yellow. And when I call this red, it's really like a purplish pink, which are the colors that I need. If you're hopping on, please say hi. Tell me where you're from if I don't know you. I'm really trying to get to know everybody that's on here. Okay. Now, you can see the light application of this on this eye as opposed to this eye. And you might be thinking, well, Karen, what the heck? You may have solved one problem by getting rid of the green and yellow, but you've created another one by adding this ruby color around your eyes. It's almost the same color of my nose, and I complained about that. So what gives? What the heck? Well, most foundation colors are a yellow base. All of ours are, except for a few. Our new Versailles it's a pink base, and a couple of ours have a green undertone to them. So, what did I tell you the two colors were that I was dealing with around my eyes, green and yellow? Those are the colors that are in our foundation, our highlight colors. What happens if I add more green or yellow to something that's already green and yellow? It's going to get more green and yellow. And I don't want to do that. So I'm addressing this issue first around my eyes. I told you, it's going to look like I got beat up. Okay. So that was Ruby. And I did it very gently, and I just used a tiny little bit, and I dabbed it on. Because remember, around your eyes, especially as you age, that area becomes very thin and crepey. I've got my bags. I've got wrinkles. So I don't want to pull or tug at that area at all. So I've addressed that issue. Now I can start with my highlight and contour, which is our foundation. I can find the right brush. I like to start with our detail brush. I go into our contour. Our contour has coverage. And since this is applied in one layer, I don't have to worry about anything looking like I've got too much. It's very, very natural looking. So even though I'm putting this on, I'm not really too worried yet about blending it. I'm just putting it where it goes. So if you've been here at all, this is the part that you're used to seeing. me doing this, not so much the ruby around my eyes. And by the way, that's what the company on Instagram selling their foundation, that's what they do. They stick this like bright red color all around their eyes, and they're like, if you're doing this, you're using the wrong foundation. I disagree. If you're doing that, you're using the right foundation because you're addressing the different colors and dimension on your face. And I'm not going to name them, and I don't like to put other companies down because I don't want them to put us down. Look, it's all a matter of preference. But why would you put one color all over your face and take out your God-given dimension? Let's just bring it out, right? So what they do is they take this, I don't know if it's liquid. I think it's liquid. By the way, liquid dries to a powder, and that's what gets into your fine lines and wrinkles. That's why you get creasing. This is all cream, so it's not going to do that. So they take that and they brush it all over their face. They talk about great coverage. But now your face is all one color, and you've taken away the dimension. So then you've got to then add contour, then add your blush. Like it's layer, layer, layer. So why not just do this where you're not taking away your dimension, you're enhancing it, and it's all in one layer, and it's cream. So like I said at the beginning, if you're young or older and have perfect skin, none of this is going to matter or make sense to you. But if you're like me, where you need to address some things, this is the video for you. Because I'm going to address a couple things too. Because now I've got to get rid of this redness, right? And I've got to get rid of my red nose. So that's where I like to put my contour. I'm going to switch to the buff brush because I like somewhat full coverage. And I'm going to go in. This is my main highlight color. Again, this is all just foundation. And I'm going to start stippling this under my eyes. Now, yes, I did just talk about one layer. And I do consider this still just one layer. Because that red, that ruby that I put on first was such a light application that, and this is such a light application. I mean, look at that. So the green and yellow is gone. And the red that I applied. So this is ruby. And this is ruby with my main highlight color over it. And I'm going to show you again over on this eye. I'm just tapping into my main highlight color. Again, don't let my words confuse you. I'll always try to explain. Highlight is part of your foundation. Now, I don't have the green and yellow anymore, and the red is gone. And I have coverage. So it's going to even out my skin tone. Sticking with, you know what? Let's flip the brush over. I'm going to go into my brightening shade, which most of you would call your concealer. And I'm going to put that in a few key spots on my face where I want to bring your eye to. Remember, we're talking about dimension here. So this contour is giving me depth, and this brightening shade or concealer is going to give me brightness where I want it. Notice I'm trying to stay out of that bag area because I don't want your eye going there. I'm not trying to cover up that bag area. I'm trying to bring your eye to other places on my face. Okay? So far, so good. Now we're going to flip it back over, and I'm going to go back in, and I'm just going to put this main highlight shade that I covered up the ruby with. I'm going to put that everywhere else on my face. And again, just like the contour, I'm just getting it on. I'll blend it in a minute. I'm purposely, for effect, not touching my nose yet. So you can see how red my nose actually is. All right, I feel like I have this kind of everywhere else. Now the nose. Before we start blending, let's address the nose. I'm going to go in to that same main highlight color that I was just using and stipple it or dab it onto my nose. Remember how red my nose was? This highlight color that I'm using has a green, it doesn't look like it to you, but trust me, it has a green undertone to it. So that's why, because green is opposite from red on the color wheel, that's how I'm getting rid of the redness. The red is all gone. Now comes the fun part. Now comes time to blend it. So this is our blush and bronzer brush. I'm going to use the smaller end and I'm going to make some really light little circles. I've already, when I was dabbing it onto my face, I've already kind of pushed it into my skin and where I want it to go. But now I just need to blend it all together so I don't have, you know, this obvious lines and placement. Again, being really careful around my eyes. Again, I'm sorry about the lighting if it's wonky. It's either cloudy and overcast or it's so bright and sunny. And I'm just sitting in front of my window, so it is completely natural light. All right. Went a little light on the contour across my forehead, but that's okay because I wear my hair like that. I really just put it up there to show you all that that's one of the places where it goes. Okay. Don't be scared of contour. It really is just this easy. You find your cheekbone and you hug it with the brush. When I applied it, that's what I did. With this brush, remember I dabbed it in and I went like this? All I did was hug my cheekbone. So, oops, wrong side. So now all I'm doing is just getting rid of the harsh lines. I'm going up and down, pulling it back. When I say up and down, I mean like this way, not this way. And now let's do this side. I also like to contour my nose, but I don't like to do it until after I've blended everything here. You know what? When I did that, to show you guys again on this side, I made it a little darker. So let me go back in and add a little bit more. Okay. I've got brightness to my skin. I've got depth and dimension. I've addressed the issues on my face. And I did it all in one layer. I'm pretty proud of myself. I've only been doing this for 4 years. Using the makeup. I've been an artist with Seint for 2 years. But I've been using the makeup for 4, so... But this is contouring your nose. I never used to do this. It's that same brush that I stamped in the beginning. I just turned it over. And I know that that looks ridiculous, but I'm going to blend it. There's such little product on this brush that I would rather keep going up and down like that to get it on than put too much on. Okay, I'm going to take my Perfector sponge. This is an old Perfector sponge. We used to have it in pink. This is the new ones. They're gray. This is dry. This is wet. You can see the difference. When I say wet, I run it under water, squeeze it out, and then I take a towel and I squeeze it out in the towel. So there's like nothing that's going to drip from this. It's like damp. And I'm going to use this because we don't want that line there, do we? See how the line is gone? But look at straightforward how my nose is still contoured. I'm purposely staying away from the center of my nose because I want that to stay nice and light and bright. Line is gone. And this is also good for the corners of your eyes, picking up any extra product if you use too much, especially for mature skin here on the under eyes. Oh, this hair. I have a hair appointment on Tuesday. I'm really looking forward to that. Okay. A couple other things we're going to address here. Oh, I didn't use... I did not use bronzer. I like bronzer. It's really windy out there. These are bronzers here. I'm going to swirl my brush into the bronzer. Look, I want to look like I've been out in the sun, but it is not nice enough here right now in Pennsylvania. We're like in our false spring. No, we're back into like winter. It was like false spring last week when it was like 75, 80 degrees. Warm, sunny, and then it got cold and rainy, and now it's sunny, windy, and cold. So there's no sitting out in the sun, but darn it, I like to look like I've been out in the sun. So see how this is warming up my skin? I'm putting it anywhere like I would get tan, which is usually like here down to here. So that's why I kind of did it that way. And let's put a little bit of blush on. We call our blush lip and cheek because they go on both. Remember Ruby that I started with around my eyes? That's a lip and cheek. I'm going to use, you know what? I'm going to use, is this, I want to say it's Sunshine State, but we don't have that anymore. It could be Sunshine State. No, it's not. LaCienega. I'm just trying to match up a little bit to my salty sweatshirt. Okay, that same blush and bronzer brush, I'm going to tap into LaCienega. This is, it's one of our glossy ones. So it's not going to be as opaque as the matte ones, but that's okay because I put my bronzer on. Now I'm putting my lip and cheek on. This does not have coverage. This is just adding color into my face where I want it. And again, a matter of preference. I like mine high and tight. Maybe not as much as I did there, but I can go back in and erase some of that. All right, that's better. And I also want to, I went a little bit too far in on my nose. So you know what, I'm just gonna use my finger and brighten that back up. One of the great things about cream makeup is that you can manipulate it until you set it, which you have to do. It does have to be set because it will transfer off or melt off your face if you don't put a barrier on top of it. So I'm going to do that in a minute. For now, I'm going to fill in my brows. Again, this is something I want to address because I never used to do this. But over the years, and I don't know if it's because of the things that I've learned being a Seint artist, or just because I've gotten older, but it really is important to frame your face with your eyebrows. And I'm using, this is our line brush, and I'm using Trust. It's an eyeshadow. It's a powder, and I just really like how it helps me accentuate my brows. Now, again, I just want to show you because my hair is usually like somewhat like this. So even though I made them really dark and it looks really obvious like this, when you see the difference, when it's all said and done, it's not. It's not dramatic at all. So all I'm doing is dipping into Trust, which, by the way, is right here. If you've got a question about any of our shades, no matter what the product is, just reach out to me. I believe I have, no, I have most of them. I don't think I have every single shade that we have, but I do have probably 90-some%. So I would be more than happy to swatch a color for you. I don't care if it's an eyeshadow, a lip and cheek, a bronzer, a highlight, an illuminator, I mean, anything. I will swatch it on my arm for you. Okay. Lordy, lordy, this hair. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back to the eyes because I think I am going to put a little bit of eyeshadow on today. That's nice. I have a fuzzy in my mouth. I'm going to just stick with, oh, sorry, I was getting a call. I'm going to stick with my Old Faithful. I like to start with Basic. Basic is well loved. It's this one right here. You can see how light it is compared to Trust. I'm going to work my way up here to here. I'm going to use these 4. So Basic, I'm just going to give my whole eyelid into the crease and slightly above a nice little wash. See these? These are wrinkles. Deep set wrinkles from doing this. Why do I do this? Because I can't see. And I have glasses. And I do wear them a lot now, but I don't wear them all the time. So those wrinkles from doing that so much, they're probably not going to go away. Okay, that's Basic. I'm going to flip. This is, by the way, this is our eyeshadow brush. Love it. This is Philly. You can see how dark it is. It is warmer than Trust. Trust is cool and Philly is warm. So I'm going to put this on the outside corner of my eye. Just going to pack it in there. Check it out over here in my mirror. And then once I have it pretty much where I want it, I can start fluffing it out a little bit. Like that. And then whatever's left on the brush, I'm going to put here underneath my eyes. I personally don't like a heavy eyeliner on myself, but I do like to use one of my eyeshadows to do what an eyeliner would do. For me, it's a little bit softer of a look. You know, we're still dealing with, remember the bags? So I just feel like for me, an eyeliner brings attention to that area. And remember, I'm not trying to bring attention there. So that's another good tip for you if you are like me, don't want to close off your eye or bring attention to your under eye area. Use one of our powder eyeshadows as a liner. And I don't know, I just really like this Philly color. Okay, drop the brush. We're going to go into As You Wish. Again, very loved color by me. I'm going to use my finger. It's like an iridescent. See that? It's so pretty. It looks like orange sherbet in the tin. Not that you can tell because it's almost gone. And I'm going to put that on the rest of my eyelid. So why I love this color, again, it's called As You Wish, is because it's so like light and bright, but it doesn't have, it's not like a shimmer. Because of its iridescent qualities, it looks like it's a shimmer, but it's not. I mean, look at that. So I just like to go in and do that first layer to get it where I want it. And then the second layer, I go back in and just really pack it on, pushing it in. And I feel like that really brightens up my eye. And then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up a clean eyeshadow brush. And that last color, that fourth color, is Cupcake. Throwing brushes over here. And then I don't know. I just like to put that here underneath my brow. I just feel like it cleans it up a little bit. Okay, that's my eye look. I'm going to set my makeup. Dab my nose back again. I still have the sniffles a little bit. Sorry for the sniffling. Of course, I still left that brush. My nice big brush that I love so much. I left it at the beach. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use my perfector sponge and my setting spray. And this is how I'm going to set my makeup today. Instead of spraying it all over my face or on a brush, I'll show you. Just get it nice and loaded and start dabbing it around just like you would with a brush. I don't know, I'm just really opposed to spraying it all over my face. Doing it this way, I can really feel where it's going, where I've gotten it, where I've missed. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, while that's drying, I'm going to do my lashes. Because I'm going to address, and again, this goes with if you don't have beautiful, perfect skin. When you use a setting spray to set your makeup, so what that basically just did is it locked my makeup in. Remember earlier I was talking about cream makeup and how great it is because you can manipulate it, move it around, adjust it, but you have to set it. Well, that's what I just did. I just set it with the setting spray. So think of it as like locking in like the top layer. It's now the top layer on my face. So it is locking in whatever is underneath of it, which is that cream makeup. Sorry, I have an itch. I'm not picking boogies. I just don't want to do this because I don't want to, it's not dry yet. My setting spray is not dry yet and I don't want to move off my makeup. good Lord. If you're here watching me, I really appreciate you. And again, please, please, please like, love this video, comment, even if it's hashtag replay, if it's to say hi, I would really, really appreciate it. I do this, well, I love the makeup, which is why I do it, but really my joy comes from helping other women. Just like how I get joy out of doing this, I want you to feel how I feel when I use this makeup. And the way I can do that is to help more women, is to get this video or any of my videos out there to more people to be able to see them. And the way that gets done is by anyone here sharing, liking, following, commenting, any of that would be greatly appreciated. See how it's all coming together? You have to trust me. I know it's hard because a lot of you don't know me, and I'm just some girl on Facebook putting her makeup on. But I really am here for all the right reasons. I am a real person. I live in Pennsylvania. My name is Karen, by the way. I think earlier I said I was 56, so no shame in that. Okay. I'm going to do a couple more things and then I'll be done. That setting spray that I used is great. It locked in my makeup, but what it also did is it gave me some shine that I personally don't like. So I'm going to use a setting powder to take away that shine. This is our powder brush. Again, all of our brushes are double-ended. I'm going to dip into a loose setting powder that I use, and I'm going to put this where I don't want the shine. Up here on my center of my forehead. Here, see how the shine has gone? Watch. See the shine here? I don't want the shine there. So I just dab a little bit of this setting powder on, and the shine is gone. I don't like the shine here under my nose or on my chin. So that's about it. We do have Illuminators. I will show you, which one do I want to use today? Sorry again for the sniffles. Which one is this? I really don't want to use that. I want to use a cream. I want to use a cream one. Here they are. Let's use Angel. Angel is a cream illuminator. I'm going to put that here on my upper cheekbone, and that's where I do want. So remember in the beginning I talked about like negating, neutralizing areas of my face that I'm not happy with and bringing out other areas to draw your eye into. Well, this is one of those tricks, so that when I turn my face, see that? That's a good kind of shine that I like, that I want. I'm going to put it here on my Cupid's bow. It's just another little trick for anyone without perfect skin. Okay, put my hair down so, well, I still have to style it, but so you can see what I would typically look like. Oh my goodness. I know, Karen, stop playing with your hair. I do it all the time, but I'm just trying to give you a good idea. That's all. Okay, so almost done. I don't know why I'm singing. Okay, I'm gonna do my lips and then we're gonna be done. Dropping things all over the place still. This is why I shouldn't hold babies. Wrong compact. This is our multitasker brush. I love the flat paddle end to line my lips. I'm gonna use my contour. And I like to slightly overline. Again, anyone here that is like me and has imperfect skin, things that they don't like, things that they do like, you're in the right place. I'm talking about, you know, your face, your skin. I would love to have bigger, fuller lips, but I'm a baby and I'm not going to get injections and I'm not going to get surgery. So one of the ways I can make my lips look bigger is by slightly overlining them. So see my lip, see how I'm just going slightly under it and I'm going slightly over it on the top of my lip too. And that's going to make my lips look a little bit bigger. I'm going to fill them in with one of our lip and cheek colors called Nude. It really is the perfect nude color. It's one of my favorites. I have to stop myself from using it on my cheeks and my lips. So I halfway accomplished that today because I didn't use it on my cheeks. So I'm going to go back into LaCienega. This is the color that I used on my cheeks. I'm going to use my finger, pick some of that up, and dab it on top of that nude color. And look, my lips look bigger. And for my last trick, and this really is a trick and I love it. Thought I had it in my compact. This is another one of our Illuminators. It is a powder one, unlike Angel, the cream one I put here. This one is like megawatts. Say it? I don't know. That's just too much for me for my cheeks. But what I love doing with it is putting it here on the center of my lips. And kind of fanning it out. For me, what that does is it almost makes it look like I have lip gloss on, but because it's a powder, it is somewhat setting my lip color. Because remember, that lip color that I put on was a cream. And by putting that powder on top of it, look, it's not gonna last all day. It's not, you know, one of those lip stains, but it will help it stay. Plus, it brought a little bit of shine to, well, I used a lot. It brought a lot of shine to my lips. And I'm actually going to go a little bit higher on my Cupid's bow with it. Just to accentuate that. There we go. So, there you go. There was a lot in this video. I will 100% admit to that, but it was all 100% necessary so that you could see that if you weren't here from the beginning, later on, I will post a before and after picture so that you can see how I addressed the discoloration around my eyes, in my face, on my nose, how by using our products, I'm bringing attention away from these bags that you can barely see now that didn't start off that way. My eyes look bigger. My lips look bigger. I still have depth and dimension. I have some shimmer where I want it. My brows are framing my face and I look a little sun-kissed because I used bronzer. It's fun. I love doing my makeup now. So if you are interested, reach out to me. Color Match by Karen. I will color match you. There are instructions in that form that will tell you It will ask you some questions and it'll tell you how to send me a makeup-free selfie. So just like how I started on here with no makeup on, I can see what you're working with your face. And one of the questions is, what are you concerned about with your face? So if I was to answer my own color match form, I would have said my discoloration, my sunspots, the discoloration around my eyes, my bags, my red nose. I would have probably put all of that on there. So that gives me an idea, plus seeing your face with no makeup on it in good natural light like I'm using here will help me to see what we need to do in order to correct all of that, to neutralize the things that you don't like, and we're going to bring out the things that will help you not only look better, but feel better about yourself. So I will put the link for Color Match by Karen here in this post when I'm done, and then look for the before and after picture later today, so that you can actually see what I started off with, if you weren't here from the beginning, to how, I mean, it's still, my skin still looks like skin. I don't have any tackiness to my skin. I've basically eliminated all the things that I didn't like, and I'm ready for the day. If I wasn't sitting here talking to y'all, I'm not Southern, so I don't know why I say that. My makeup takes me 5 to 10 minutes. If I do my eyes, it takes me an extra couple minutes. If I put lips on, that'll take an extra couple minutes. If I do a basic hack highlight and contour, do my brows, throw some mascara on and set it, I'm out the door in 5 minutes. Put my eyeshadow on, do underneath, put my illuminator on, line my lips, blah, blah, blah. Takes an extra couple minutes. But because it's all on compact, it's literally in the palm of my hand. I have all of my makeup in the palm of my hand. I didn't use all of this. This is just my everyday go-to so that I have some options. You could get a smaller compact and only have 4 tins in there. And you could do your face with those 4 tins. So I'll put all the information. I'll put what I used. If you're interested, reach out to me. I would love to help you. I sincerely would love to help you. So I hope that you all have a great Thursday, and I will see you soon, maybe over the weekend. Bye.